Alright, here I'm going to give two more examples of factorising expressions. These are similar to the examples that you'd find in your textbook for question 2 and 3. So what we're going to do first of all, remember once again, we need to break the expression that we've got down into its prime factors. So if we look at 3t first of all, so we've got 3t plus 15 is our expression. And so what we want to do is break the first term down into a product of its prime factors. Now that's easy for 3t because 3 is prime. And so when we break it down, it's just going to simply be 3 times t. Now 15, we can say, okay, well 15, if we break it down into its factors, it could be 1 times 15, but that's not breaking it down very far. It could also be 3 times 5. And so what we're going to do is break 15 down into its prime factors. 3 is prime and 5 is prime. And so we've now got 15 being equivalent to 3 times 5 and 3t being equivalent to 3 times t. And when we look at these two terms, you can see that 3 is common, a common factor across both of those terms. It's a common prime factor across both of those terms. And so that means that we can take the 3 now out the front of our brackets, and what we're left with on our first term is simply t, and the second term we're left with 5. And so over here we're left with 3 times t plus 5. And you'll see that we've now broken 3t plus 15 down into, or we've factorised 3t plus 15 to end up with 3 times t plus 5. And you can quickly check this just by doing the expanding the brackets to check you get back to 3t plus 15. So you can see here, if we multiply 3 by the first term, we end up with 3t. There's our first term. And if we multiply 3 by 5, we end up with 15. And so by doing a quick expansion of the brackets, we can see that we can get back to 3t plus 15.